At my brother's wedding, I was given a folding chair by the kitchen. His fiancée said, "It's just for plus ones." I looked around, everyone else had a seat, even my ex, so I picked up my gift, turned around and said, "Plus one this." He ran after me in front of everyone. I'm the oldest son, the reliable one, the one who worked 2 jobs to help my brother, Leo, get through law school after our dad passed. I didn't mind. I loved him. But apparently, love is a one-way street when a gold-plated socialite enters the picture. His fiancée, Vanessa, never liked me. To her, I was blue-collar clutter. I'm a carpenter. I have calluses. I don't network. The wedding was at a private estate in the Hamptons. I'd spent 3 months hand-carving a walnut dining table for them. It was my masterpiece. It took 4 guys to haul it into the reception hall that morning. When I showed up in my tailored suit, the coordinator stopped me at the door. Name? Caleb, the groom's brother. She looked at her clipboard, then at a side note. Her face went tight. Section C, by the service entrance. I walked in. The room was dripping in white orchids and crystal. I looked for the head table. My name wasn't there. I looked at the family tables. Nothing. I found my seat tucked behind a decorative pillar, 3 feet from the swinging kitchen doors. It was a rusty beige folding chair. No tablecloth. Just a stack of extra napkins and a flickering tea light. Then I saw him. My ex-boyfriend, Julian. The guy who cheated on me and stole $5,000 from our joint account 3 years ago. He was sitting at table 1 with my mother. "Caleb, you found your spot." Vanessa appeared, looking like a literal angel in a $20,000 gown. She didn't look guilty. She looked triumphant. "Vanessa," I said, my voice low, "there's a mistake. I'm next to the trash cans. And Julian is at the family table?" She leaned in, her perfume cloying. "It's not a mistake, sweetie. It's logistics. This table is for plus ones and secondary guests. We ran out of room for the inner circle. Besides, Julian is a donor for Leo's firm now. He's important. You're just here." I looked at Leo. He was across the room laughing with Julian. He made eye contact with me for a split second, saw where I was standing and looked away. He knew. The humiliation was a physical weight. I felt the heat rising up my neck. People were whispering. I saw Julian smirk and raise his champagne glass toward my folding chair. I didn't cause a scene. I didn't scream. I walked over to the gift display. My walnut table was the centerpiece, covered in their expensive hors d'oeuvres. I reached into my pocket and pulled out the small, discreet velvet box I brought, the family signet ring our father left me, which I was going to give Leo today. I put the ring back in my pocket. Then I grabbed the edge of the walnut table. I started clearing the place, shoving the 100-ounce caviar onto the floor. "Caleb, what are you doing?" Vanessa hissed, rushing over. The room went dead silent. The music seemed to die on cue. "You said this section was for plus ones, Vanessa," I said, my voice echoing off the vaulted ceiling. And since I'm clearly just a guest here, I realized I brought the wrong gift. I looked at Leo, who was frozen, his face pale. "Plus one this," I said. I signaled my 2 buddies, guys who worked in my shop, who were waiting by the loading dock. They marched in with the hand trucks. "Caleb, stop. You're embarrassing me," Leo shouted, finally finding his legs. He ran toward me, his hands out. "It's just a chair, man. Don't be so sensitive." "It's not a chair, Leo," I said, looking him dead in the eye. "It's the fact that you let her put the man who destroyed me at your table and put your own blood in the kitchen. You want the table? Buy one. This one belongs to someone with class." My guys didn't hesitate. They flipped the table onto the dollies. "Caleb, wait. Let's talk," Leo pleaded. He was following me out, his tuxedo jacket flapping, looking desperate as the entire wedding party watched the groom's brother repossess the furniture. I stopped at the exit. I looked at Vanessa, who was vibrating with rage, and Julian, who looked like he wanted to vanish. "The wedding looks beautiful, Leo," I said. "I hope the folding chair is comfortable, because from now on, that's all the space I'm holding for you in my life." I walked out. The silence behind me was louder than any applause. 3 hours later, my phone started blowing up. Leo was crying in a voicemail, saying Vanessa was having a meltdown because the focal point of the reception was gone and the caterers had nowhere to serve the main course. I didn't answer. I was at a dive bar with my crew. I just posted the photo of the empty space, where the table used to be, on Instagram with the caption, "Know your worth, even if you have to take it back yourself." The best part? My mom texted me 10 minutes ago. She's sitting in her car in the parking lot. She left the reception early. She asked if I had room for one more at my plus one table. I told her I'd pull up a chair, a real one.